Warm greetings to all our dear viewers. I'm truly grateful that we get to meet again in this familiar, quiet space of reflection on the Mr. Stillness channel. Dear friends, there are sayings that sound simple at first, but to live them out, now that's the real challenge. Today, I invite you to pause for a moment. Let's listen and reflect together on a timeless piece of wisdom from the East. Look within before blaming others. A phrase as old as time, yet it remains incredibly relevant today. In life, it's easy to point fingers, but it's much harder to take a long, honest look at ourselves. When things don't go the way we want, what's our first reaction? Is it to blame? That was me. Blaming became second nature, a knee-jerk reaction I reached for in every situation. I'm someone who's made too many mistakes, past and present. After each failure, each setback, I'd search for anything or anyone to blame. I told myself it wasn't my fault. I blamed the circumstances. I blamed other people. I blamed society, the economy, the system, the world. Absurd, isn't it? But I really used to think that way. Maybe, in this world, I'm the only one who's ever fallen so far, lost faith in myself after so many foolish choices, yet still hadn't learned the lesson. But now, all I want is to change. No more hiding. I want to say this out loud, to the world, that there was once something dark inside me. Because, in truth, once I faced it, a weight lifted off my shoulders. It felt like a mental chess match where, for the first time, the better side of me won. Half of my life was spent in confusion and denial. I want the rest to be wiser and more awake. I started spending time alone, piecing together my thoughts, my words, and my actions. And then I made a choice to confront my flaws, not by shouting to the world, but quietly, through a YouTube channel. That's where I've shared my reflections, my mistakes, and my moments of clarity. Not for sympathy, not for applause, but simply for the moments of real honesty with myself. If the first half of my life was ruled by impulse, then I want the second half to be led by reason and compassion. To see, to listen, to care, to love, because I've realized, gold is tested in fire, strength is tested in hardship. If life were meant to be easy, we wouldn't have entered it crying. I've started applying these hard-learned lessons to my family, to work, and to everyday relationships. I no longer blame my wife for her temper. Instead, I send her messages, help with housework, and sit down to more meals together. I no longer say to my kids, "Dad's busy, I'm working." Instead, I listen, I talk, I make time. I don't blame my team when something goes wrong. I step in. I ask where the process failed. I help solve the issue. This is the power of looking inward first. To have empathy, to walk beside others, to truly understand. Look within before blaming others doesn't mean taking all the blame on yourself. It means having the courage to examine your own role. Because if you can't see your own faults, you'll forever live believing you're the victim. We live in a world full of hurt. Everyone wants to be understood. But how many are willing to pause, to understand others first? Everyone's carrying hidden wounds. But if everyone's just blaming, no one gets healed. It's easy to blame, but learning to take responsibility, that's the beginning of growth. When I started to look inward, I didn't feel weak, I felt stronger. Because owning your mistakes helps you forgive others too. Look within before blaming others. It's not outdated, it's a guiding light for those who want to live kindly in a rough world. When you put down your pride, you lift your heart. And when one person grows, the world, however small, becomes better. If we want peace, if we want connection, let's begin with ourselves. Let's look within, so that if we must blame, we do it with compassion. That's the story I wanted to share with you today. Wishing you health, healing, and all the peace you deserve. Warm regards, and until next time.